your business. Go ahead.
And thine heart is lifted up because of thy riches. Therefore, thus saith the Lord power, because thou hast set thine heart as the heart of the Most High. Behold, therefore I will bring strangers upon thee, the terrible of the nations, and they shall draw their swords against the beauty of thy wisdom, and they shall defile thy brightness. They shall bring thee down to the pit, and thou shalt die the deaths of them that are slain in the midst of the seas. Wilt thou yet say before him that slayeth thee, I am the Most High? But thou shalt be a man, and not the Most High. In the land of him that slayeth thee, thou shalt die the deaths of the uncircumcised by the hand of strangers, for I have spoken it, saith the Lord power.
Right, now let's go from there to James, the 1st chapter, the 10th and the 11th verse.
James chapter 1 verse 10. But the rich in that he is made low, because as the flower of the grass he shall pass away. For the sun is no sooner risen.
That's the 10th verse?
That was the 10th verse. For the sun is no sooner risen with a burning heat, but it withereth the grass, and the flower thereof falleth, and the grace of the fashion of it perisheth. So also shall the rich man fade away in his ways.
You're going to fade away in your ways. So, we told you who the super rich. All right? Now let's go from there to Luke, the 6th chapter, and the 24th verse.
Luke chapter 6, verse 24. But woe unto you that are rich, for you have received your consolation.
And that's plain and to the point. Go from there to Micah, the 6th chapter, the 12th verse, on down.
It's the book of Micah, chapter 6, and Micah chapter 6, verse 12. It says, For the rich men thereof are full of violence, and the inhabitants thereof have spoken lies, and their tongue is deceitful.
Read that again.
For the rich men thereof are full of violence, and the inhabitants thereof have spoken lies.
The rich are full of violence. Why? Because your blessing was that sword that Isaac gave you. So the way you were going to get your riches, you were going to use your sword to take it. Go ahead.
And it says, And the inhabitants thereof have spoken lies, and their tongue is deceitful in their mouth. Therefore also will I make thee sick in smiting thee, in making thee desolate because of thy sins. Thou shalt eat, but not be satisfied, and thy casting down shall be in the midst of thee. And thou shalt take hold, but shalt not deliver, and that which thou deliverest will I give up to the sword. Thou shalt sow, but thou shalt not reap. Thou shalt tread the olives, but thou shalt not anoint thee with oil, and the sweet wine, but thou shalt not drink wine. It says, For the statutes of Omri are kept, and all the works of the house of Ahab. That's going into something else.
Okay, so that's the main point. We got the main point, all right? Now let's go from there to Isaiah, the 13th chapter, the 11th verse to the 21st verse. So now the wheels are beginning to go another direction now. These curses are coming off of us, and the curses are now going on you. Go ahead.
This is Isaiah chapter 13, verse 11. And I will punish the world for their evil, and the wicked for their iniquity.
The wicked are you Edomites, you so-called white people, Europeans. Go ahead.
And I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease, and will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible. I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even...
That's an Israelite man. That's why 7 women shall take hold of one man. And that 7 women shall take hold of one man is talking about us, Israelite men. Go ahead.
Even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir. Therefore I will shake the heavens, and the earth shall remove out of her place. And the wrath of the Lord...
That's that third world's war. Go ahead.
In the wrath of the Lord of hosts, and in the day of his fierce anger. And it shall be as a chased roe, and as a sheep that no man taketh up. They shall every man turn to his own people, and flee.
Every man turn to his own people is talking about these nations. These nations that receive so-called good job from you over here in the States, they're moving back to their lands now, man. Because there ain't no work out here. Go ahead.
And flee every one into his own land. Every one that is found shall be thrust through, and every one that is joined unto them shall fall by the
Yeah, you ones that join Esau and think that Esau can make it, you gonna go down right along with Esau. Go ahead.
Their children also shall be dashed to pieces before their eyes. Their houses shall be spoiled, and their wives ravished. Behold, I will stir up the Medes against them, which shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it.
Right, the Medes are talking about the Russians, because currently they're occupying that land where the Medes used to occupy. Go ahead.
Their bows also shall dash the young men to pieces, and they shall have no pity on the fruit of the womb. Their eyes shall not spare children. And Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees' excellency, shall be as when the Most High overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah.
So that proves right there that this Babylon in Isaiah the 13th chapter is not talking about ancient Babylon, King Nebuchadnezzar, because ancient Babylon was never destroyed the way Sodom and Gomorrah was destroyed. Go ahead.
It says, it shall never be inhabited, neither
well, Babylon was re-inhabited after it got taken down during the time of the reign of Nebuchadnezzar and his sons. Go ahead.
neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation. Neither shall the Arabian pitch tent there, neither shall the shepherds make their fold there. But wild beasts of the desert shall lie there, and their houses shall be full of doleful creatures.
That's all we need on that. Now let's go from there to Proverbs, the 27th chapter and the 24th verse.
Proverbs chapter 27, verse 24. For riches are not forever, and doth the crown endure to every generation?
Read that one more time.
It says, for riches are not forever.
Yeah, you devils think you're going to go on forever, man. Matter of fact, give me Psalms 49 and 11. Matter of fact, start at the 8th verse. Go ahead.
Psalms chapter 49, verse 8. For the redemption of their souls is precious, and it ceaseth forever, that he should still live forever and not see corruption. For he seeth that wise men die, likewise the fool and the brutish person perish, and leave their wealth to others. Their inward thought.
Right. Most High calling you a fool and a stupid person. Because don't you leave your wealth unto others, unto your children? Go ahead.
Their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own name.
Yeah, that's Esau, man. You came over here, and you called it after Amerigo Vespucci, after Columbus came over here to this land. And the reason why Columbus came over here, and we have plenty of documents on that, you came over here to get the riches from this land, because you told King Ferdinand and Queen Isabella that you would take this journey, but you wanted 10% of everything that came out of this land, the New World. And you did that, and you became rich for a while, but they became super rich. Go ahead.
Nevertheless, man being in honor abideth not. He is like the beasts that perish. This their way is their folly. I'm going to read that again. This their way is their folly, yet their posterity approve their saying, Selah.
In other words, you think in your mind you're going to go on forever, but you're not going to go on forever. You're in your end, like we've been telling you. Now let's go to same book, Proverbs, the 28th chapter and the 22nd verse.
Proverbs 28 and 22. He that hasteth to be rich hath an evil eye, and considereth not that poverty shall come upon him.
And that's you, Esau, because you make your money the old-fashioned way. You steal it. You play the stock markets. You do what's called inside trading. You got a guy that he's worth $1 million. Then in 2 days, he becomes a goddamn billionaire. There's something not right about that. But Jake can't do it, but you can. Now let's go from there to Ecclesiastes, the 9th chapter and 11th verse.
Ecclesiastes chapter 9, verse 11. I returned and saw under the sun that the race is not to the swift, nor the battle to the strong, neither yet bread to the wise, nor yet riches to men of understanding, nor yet favor to men of skill. But time and chance happeneth to them all.
Yeah, so you came into power, and now you're going to have to be taken down. And another man's going to come into power. Is there more to that? Go ahead.
For man also knoweth not his time, as the fishes that are taken in an evil net, and as the birds that are caught in the snare, so are the sons of men snared in an evil time, when it falleth suddenly upon them.
Yeah, and that's how you're going to go down. It's going to fall suddenly upon you. All right? Now let's go from there to Isaiah, the 61st chapter and the 6th verse.
Isaiah chapter 61, verse 6. But you shall be named the priest of the Lord. Men shall call you the ministers of our power. You shall eat the riches of the Gentiles, and in their glory shall you boast yourselves.
Yeah, so when we get in the kingdom, we're not going to be humble in the kingdom. We're going to boast in the riches that we going to possess from you. And you. We're going to
like 10,
own
14,
you.
15 D cars in my house.
You will be our possession. We will possess you. All right?
You give me a little
Jeremiah, the 9th chapter, the 23rd verse.
Making a toast to me kicking
Go ahead.
Oscar.
Jeremiah 9:23. Thus saith the Lord, let not the wise man glory in his wisdom, neither let the mighty man glory in his might. Let not the rich man glory in his riches.
Yeah, so you devils, you gloried in your riches like you're going to go on forever. But you didn't realize that your time was up. Deuteronomy, the 32nd chapter and the 29th verse. And you're supposed to help, you Jakes out there, you're supposed to help this man go down, man. You're supposed to be on the highways and the byways, cursing this man out like the scriptures say, like what we're doing. You're supposed to be praying that this man goes down or this system goes down. Go ahead.
Deuteronomy 30, if I may say this, Elder Tar, and it says in James the 5th chapter that the cries of them, that the laborers that have had their money kept back by fraud cried into the ears of the Most High. So you're supposed to be crying out to the Most High. Deuteronomy 32:29. Oh, that they were wise, that they understood this, that they would consider their latter end.
And that's plain and to the point. So you Edomites, you didn't consider your latter end. You didn't consider that you will become slaves under the black man. You put the black man down, now the black man going to put you down. Now let's go from there to the book of Exodus, the 2nd chapter and the 23rd verse. And we're going to move through these quick, because the title of the show is It's Time to Cry Unto the Lord. It should be entitled It's Time to Cry Unto Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Because you got men out there that's doing it, crying to the Lord and going out on the highways and the byways. But the majority of our people, you still in stupid mode. You still stuck on stupid. So when the Most High brings that wrath down on this society, man, you're going to get caught up in it. Go ahead.
Exodus 2:23. And it came to pass in process of time that the king of Egypt died, and the children of Israel sighed by reason of the bondage, and they cried. And their cry came up unto the Most High by reason of their bondage.
Hold on. What did the Israelites do? Read that again. They didn't say, oh, we love the Egyptians. We love the people of Mizraim. They can be saved, and we don't mind being a slave. Read again.
And it came to pass in process of time that the king of Egypt died, and the children of Israel sighed by reason of the bondage, and they cried, and their cry came up unto the Most High by reason of the bondage. And the Most High heard their groaning, and the Most High remembered his covenant with Abraham and with Isaac and with Jacob. And the Most High looked upon the children of Israel, and the Most High had respect unto them.
That's right. So the Most High wanted to save them. Why? Because they called on his name. They cried to him. Something that you Jakes don't want to do. Now let's go from there to Exodus, the same book, the 3rd chapter, the 7th to the 9th verse.
Exodus chapter 3, verse 7. And the Lord said, I have surely seen the affliction of my people which are in Egypt.
But these niggas don't even think they're afflicted. Go ahead.
And have heard their cry by reason of their taskmasters, for I know their sorrows. And I am come down to deliver.
Like there's this video out there of this young Jake that I think his mother kicked him out the house, and he went to a mall and burnt the mall down. It was a big mega mall, and he burnt that shit down. He didn't care. Go ahead. And it was an Israelite child, I believe a Judite. Go ahead.
And I am come down to deliver them out of the hand of the Egyptians, and to bring them up out of the land unto a good land, and a large, unto a land.
Did the Lord say He's going to save them and the Egyptians?
And I am come down to deliver them out of the hand of the Egyptians, and to